So, my thesis, Inter exempla erit, Germania in Tacitus and its use by early German humanists, explores questions of assimilation and patriotism by tracing portrayals of Germania in the 1st and 16th centuries. I find that even prior to the advent of 19th century state-oriented nationalism, people were already systematically using the past to create and justify large-scale group identities founded upon ethno-linguistic and cultural similarities. Definition before we move on: Germania in this context refers to the lands of Central Europe that remained unconquered by the Roman Empire despite numerous attempts, and would become the core of the Holy Roman Empire during the medieval and early modern periods. My first chapter studies how the ancient Roman historian Tacitus used an idea of Germania as an unconquered land of simple morality in order to critique imperial policies of expansion and political despotism without openly attacking the ruling regimes. Germania also served as a way for him to shame his fellow Romans into behaving in a more Roman-like manner by comparing them to the barbarian outsiders. The rest of my thesis moves a millennium and a half into the 16th century, where I studied how the humanists Ulrich von Hutten and Beatus Rhenanus used Tacitus's descriptions of Germania in order to define a 16th century German identity. Early in his career, Hutten cited Tacitus in order to claim that the Germans had inherited proper Roman values. However, after the Reformation, he became a hater of everything Roman, to the extent that he changed his attitude on Tacitus in order to prove that Germania should and has always been independent from all things Roman. Rhenanus, on the other hand, started out blindly claiming all the ancient virtues that Tacitus described for his own time. However, with the Reformation and with his hatred of the violence that he saw therein, he decided to moderate his perspective and argue that Tacitus was right to criticize the Germans for their moral failings, showing his increased maturity as a patriot. By studying Tacitus, Hutten, and Rhenanus within their intellectual contexts, I was better able to understand how people in antiquity and the early modern period were able to create group identities by citing past sources. Moreover, this brief foray into the past also showed just how malleable seemingly objective historical narratives are in the face of political agendas. It behooves us all to be careful when we read history. Thank you.